Yeah, what's poppin' guys, Sizzle here, and in this video I'll be showing you how to set up the best SNES emulator out there at the moment, which in my opinion is just BSNES, and it's not even close. One thing I won't be doing in this video though is showing you how to back up your games. I will mention all of your game backups, regardless of how you do them, they should end up in the .sfc file format. If they're not in .sfc, then you didn't back up your ROMs correctly. You need to make sure that you do your backups properly. With that out of the way though, let's get into actually setting up the emulator. Hey, post-recording Sizzle here. Just a quick correction. I use bsnes.org in this tutorial to download the zip file for everything. This is actually the wrong website. It's not ran by the people that make the BSNES project. It's just some third party who has some stuff listed here that they could change at any time theoretically. And this is not officially supported, so don't get it from here. There might be viruses on here in the future, and I can't really verify or trust anything on here. Instead, go to the link in the description. This is the actual proper one, github.com bsnes emu-bsnes. You want to go hit this releases tab, and then find either the latest one if you want the most stable, completely stable version, or BSNES Nightly, which is the version I use in this tutorial and the version I recommend most people use, which has that little pre-release bubble. And just grab whatever version you actually need. So grab this BSNES windows.zip, and it'll literally be the exact same file that this website currently gives out. But I just wanted to make sure you get it from the right place, because theoretically these guys could be anyone, and they could theoretically at any point just put a virus on here or something like that, or have some really scummy ads. So just get it from the actual proper source. Like I said, it'll be linked below, and the full URL is right here. Anyway, back to the tutorial. The rest of it is still the same. And once we do that, it's going to ask us where we want to save it, and for the purpose of this tutorial, I'll put it on the desktop, but you should save this wherever you want to actually have it. And with it all downloaded on our desktop, I can go minimize this window, right-click it, and extract it into its own folder. And once it's in its own folder, we can double-click to open that. Now, it will be in this BSNES Nightly folder. Just click on that, and then bsnes.exe. Double-click on that, more info, run anyway. Windows Defender will block this file, always. What we want to do from here is just configure a few different settings. So we're going to go to Settings, and then Video. And I'm going to bring that onto the screen for you guys. From here, all the default stuff I kind of like as is. You can change this if you want. But something I don't like is draw snow when idle and dim video when idle. I turn both of those off. In terms of audio, I like turning down the audio a good bit just to start, and then I turn it back on, when I want it to be higher. Input, you need to actually go connect your controller or whatever you want to connect. In my case, I'm connecting my controller right now, and I'm just going to go here, hit assign, and then up, and then down. And we're going to have to go through the whole list, right, left, right, B, A, Y, X, L, R, select, and start. And just like that, we have all of our inputs set. Under hotkeys, you can change some stuff here. The only one I really like messing with is the toggle speed. Where is it? You can do rewind. I know people love that. I personally don't really like using it. But what I do like is fast forward, and I'll hit assign and set that to tab on my keyboard. So if I hold tab, it speeds up, because that's the default in a lot of other emulators. From here, paths, you can set where you have all your ROM files. If you have them all in one place, just hit assign, and then these should generally all be the same. That way your save files will be where your ROM files are, which generally makes sense. Under emulator, everything here is pretty fine. Generally, I don't change any of that. Under enhancements, we want to change HD mode 7. This is like the 3D mode for games that look kind of 3D on the SNES. You can actually up the resolution on that. 960p should be more than good enough for most people. Everything else I like leaving as is. Compatibility, leave as is. Drivers, leave that as is as well. And once we're done with all that, we can quickly go to here and turn show status bar off. Change our output. I like changing it to stretch so that it stretches to however big I want to make the window. And you can also do some filters like NTSC, CRT filters, and the like, which I'll show off once we actually load a game. One of the ways you can actually load games is from the ROM files themselves. You just right click and then open with, then hit more apps, make sure always use this app is selected, then look for another app and find your way to BSnes. And once you're over there, click bsnes.exe and hit open. And now whenever you double click one of these files, they will load directly into the emulator just like that, and you won't have to do anything outside of that, and the games will simply run and run correctly. Yeah, it's just super useful to know. And now you can see all the .sfc files. If I click any of them, if I want to go Pilot Wings, boom, you just open another one with Pilot Wings. We didn't even close the old one. And now Pilot Wings is up and running, and now Clock is up and running, and that's just the best way to load these games instead of trying to load them through the emulator itself. Anyway, back to the actual tutorial. And to load a game real quick, I'm going to minimize this folder, and we'll just drag in like Chrono Trigger, for example. And you should see the game just loads outright. Shouldn't be any problems here. Maybe you can't actually drag and drop on this one. I think you can actually hit load game. And then click Chrono Trigger from here. And there you go, you can see the title, change the Chrono Trigger. We have actually a SRM file right here, which is the save file. And you can see it's doing the infamous Chrono Trigger intro, which I don't have audio recording on, so give me 1 millisecond for that. There we go. We got audio now. You can see Chrono Trigger's up and running. It's looking good, it's looking solid. If we hold tab, it speeds up just like that. And yeah, I mean, it just looks pretty great out the box. We can stretch it however big we want to stretch it. That black bar at the bottom is a Chrono Trigger specific kind of issue, which is kind of funny. We can also apply filters here. So for example, a game looks like this right now. But if we go to settings and then filter and we put on NTSC, generally I think RGB is the one that I like. You can see it looks so much nicer with an NTSC filter. Just really looks amazing. Especially Chrono Trigger is infamously one of the games that benefits from CRT filters the most. So it's super cool to have that in the settings. Obviously, something like Shader Glass will just be way better looking on the whole, and I have a video on that in the description. You also have these other scaling options some people like. This is the default. You can go to like scale 2x, which I really don't like, 2XL. I really don't like most of these. The NTSC RGB I think does look really nice, and so does just not doing anything at all. I think they both look pretty great. But yeah, that's Chrono Trigger up and running. We press like start, and we can start there. We can also go to System, load Recent Game, and now we can load Chrono Trigger from our Recent Games list whenever we boot this back up. We go load another game, such as Pilot Wings. This one's the infamous one for HD Mode 7. So if we boot up and restart, we got that lovely Pilot Wing music. You can see right here, right? Let me just show you in plain time exactly how this looks, right? So right here, this looks like pristine. If anyone knows what this game normally looks like, I mean, we could just show it to you real quick. We go to Video, then Enhancements, turn that scale back to 240p. Some settings do not take into effect until reloading games. Yeah, look, this is how it normally looks. You can barely even tell what that is. But if we go to Settings, and then go back to our Enhancements, and we turn that up to 960, look how much clearer this image is about to become. Just like that. I mean, this is super cool for any game that uses 3D. It's just like a HD mode. I mean, it's HD mode 7. It makes everything super high definition, super cool, super clean whenever it's dealing with 3D. And yeah, that should be everything you need to do to use BSnes in a very solid way. Hopefully you guys found this useful. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, and goodbye. That's what I would say if I didn't want to hear that note real quick. Anyway, see you in the next one. Goodbye.